everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian, and today I have something new that I'm going to be trying. This is kind of a trend that I saw a lot on BookTube a few months ago, and I feel like it's kind of died now. I still see a few of these videos here and there, but I've never done a video like this, so I thought I would try it. So today I am going to be doing a tier ranking video. Hopefully people still like watching these. If not, I'm sorry, but I wanted to try it and I thought it would be fun, so here we are. So what will I be ranking, you may ask? So, well, you probably read the title, so it's not going to be like a huge reveal or anything, but I am going to be ranking popular YA fantasy series that I haven't read, and I'm going to be ranking them in order of the ones I want to read the most to the ones that I don't really care about. So I'm gonna be screen recording. This is the first time I'm doing this. I have my laptop right here, so hopefully this works. If not, that will be very sad. But I'll show you. Okay, I'm assuming it's working. I will show you the rankings that I have. So first we have top priority, pretty self-explanatory. These are the ones that I need to get to, I really want to read soon. Yeah, you know, top priority. You get it. Next we have need to read ASAP. So these are the ones that not necessarily top priority, but still the ones that I really want to get to soon. Then we have definitely one day, which are the series that I definitely want to read at some point. They're not at the top of my list now. Maybe I'll get to them in like a year, maybe 2 years, to be honest. They are definitely ones that I want to get to and read eventually. Then we have will read maybe. These are ones that I haven't given up on the idea that I'm gonna read them, and if I get around to it then I would like to read them, but they're not the ones that I, you know, really need to read or anything. And then lastly we have I doubt it. I didn't want to put like a never or anything because I don't know, you know, there's always a chance that I'm gonna read something, so you never know, I guess. So I put I doubt it, meaning like there's a very, very low chance I'm gonna read these books. Maybe I will, but really probably not. So yeah, so that's what I have. I feel like I'm forgetting some fantasy series, but well, I didn't put any that I have read, or like if I just read the first book of a series, I still didn't count it, just because I feel like that's not fair since I can kind of judge how I feel about it from that first book. But anyways, let's just get started. So first we have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, obviously. If you guys have been watching me for the past little while, I'm currently in the middle of the Throne of Glass series and I am really enjoying it. And I also read Crescent City by Sarah J Maas a few months ago and I really liked it. So A Court of Thorns and Roses, you might say, I am extremely excited about. I did get the book recently and I would love to get to it soon, so I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna put that in top priority because I'm really excited to read that series. I've heard a lot of people really like it. I know some people don't, but I feel like if I like Sarah J Maas's other series, then I'm gonna really like this one, so we're going with that. So next we have The Bear and the Nightingale, which is the first book in the Winter Night trilogy, I think that's what it's called, by Catherine Arden. And I thought this series was adult, but according to Google, it's young adult. So if any of you have read this, would you say this is adult or young adult? Because I'm pretty sure at chapters it was in the adult section, but Google said young adult, so I thought I would include it. This one also, I would say top priority. There's just something about this series that really catches my eye. I don't know. But yeah, this is one, even though Rachel doesn't like it, okay, I think I will really like it. A lot of people seem to really like this series as a whole, so take that, Rachel. So next we have the Caraval series. I don't know if that's what the series is called, but that's the first book by Stephanie Garber, I want to say. And this one, I've heard a lot of mixed things about this series. I haven't heard anyone like absolutely rave about it, but I haven't heard anyone say like it's shit or anything. So it seems pretty middle of the road. So I think I'm gonna put it in will read maybe because it does intrigue me. I don't want to say definitely one day because like honestly it's not one of the series that I want to read the most. Like I never bought the series. I never, like whenever I'm buying books, I'm never feel super drawn to buying this series, so realistically, I think Will Read Maybe is the right place for it. Next we have Children of Blood and Bone. Again, I'm not too sure if that's the name of the series or just the first book by Tomi Adeyemi, and I've heard a lot of mixed things about this series. I've heard, well, especially the first book, I've heard mixed things. The second book seems to have really disappointed a lot of people, so that just makes me want to read it a bit less. So I think that one I will also, I will also put in Will Read Maybe, because I don't know, I've just heard a lot of mixed things. If you've read it, please let me know what you thought, because this one I'm like really not sure about. And it's also, I'm pretty sure the first book is really big, so that doesn't help because I'm scared of big books, but yeah. So next we have Cinder, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This one I'm gonna put in definitely one day. This one I've basically been wanting to read since high school, and I just never got around to it, but I have heard a lot of people still really love this series, even people don't seem to grow out of this series, so it is one that I'm still interested in. I have the first few books because my friend lent them to me, so I will read them one day, definitely one day. That's why this ranking is called that. But yeah, that's where it's going. Next we have Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau Preto. This one, the second book recently came out, and I've heard, again, mixed things about this series. My Brother Dnf the first book, so I don't know. I think this one I will also put in definitely one day, because I do have the first book. I do really want to read it, but it's not like something I'm rushing to read right now. But again, if you've read this, please let me know if you think I need to read it soon or not. So next we have The Dark Artifices by Cassandra Clare. I have read The Mortal Instruments and I have read the Infernal Devices series, but I haven't read anything else by Cassandra Clare, and my issue is that I read both the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices when I was in high school, and I feel like especially the Mortal Instruments series I would have to reread it before The Dark Artifices, because I don't remember too much. Like, I feel like I remember the main things, but even then I don't remember too much about what happened. And I know this is like a whole new series, but I still feel like I would need to reread that series before reading this series. But the problem is that's 6 books that I would have to reread, and they're all pretty long. So I'm very conflicted on if I will. I mean, I feel like I do want to read this one day, so I'm gonna put it in definitely one day, because again, I feel like I need to commit and like reread the Mortal Instruments and then reread the Infernal Devices if I'm ever gonna read the last hours. So yeah, definitely one day, I hope. Just, I don't know. Maybe I'll find like a good summary of the series instead of rereading it. We'll see. So next we have The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, I think. And this series is definitely not very popular anymore, but it was when I was in high school and I just never read it. But this one I'm gonna put in Will Read Maybe, because again, I'm not like rushing to read this or anything. I've heard like pretty meh things about it. I mean, I know my friends really liked it in high school, but I don't know how much I would like it now. But I think it's safe to say I will read it one day, but I don't want to put in definitely one day because I don't know about definitely. So it's going in Will Read Maybe. So next we have The Diviners, which again, I'm not too sure if it's actually YA or if it's adult. According to Google, it is YA, but if you have read it, please let me know. This one I am going to put in, I'm debating between top priority and need to read ASAP. Which one? I'm gonna put in top priority. The reason I was debating is because I heard a lot of mixed things about the last book that just came out, so it makes me like a bit less excited to read it, but I have heard amazing things about at least the first few books, so I am really excited to read it, and I do have the first book, so I'll put it in top priority. So next we have Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This one is definitely going in top priority. I am so excited to read this book. Like, I've had it for a while now. I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet, but I think I'm really gonna love it. Like, I just have this feeling, so it's going in top priority. Next is Legend, the Legend series by Maria Lu. This one is gonna go in I Doubt It, because it never really interested me, even when it was really popular when I was in high school. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't see myself ever picking up that series, so there we go. Next we have Miss Peregrine's Home, what is it? Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. And this one I'm gonna put in will read maybe, because again, like this one also never really interested me, but people do seem to love it. So maybe I will, but it's not anything I would want to read anytime soon, so we'll have to see. Next we have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and this is also going on I Doubt It, because I mean, again, I'm not interested really at all and I never really was, and I highly doubt I'm ever gonna pick this up, so that's where we're going. Next we have Renegades by Marissa Meyer, and this one is going in, where are you going? I'll put in need to read ASAP, because I wouldn't say it's, well, first of all, this is on my TBR for this month, so I'm actually supposed to be reading this month, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to all the books on my TBR this month, to be honest. So I might not be able to get to it this month, and I am really excited about it. Like, I think I will really like this series, but I have heard a lot of mixed things about it. So that's what's keeping me from putting it in top priority. But I do really want to read it, and I bought the first book like over a year ago, and I still haven't read it. And I also have the second book, which I don't usually buy the second book in a series if I haven't read the first one yet, but it was on sale and the covers are really pretty, so I do have them, so that's motivating me a little bit more. But yeah, that one, yeah, that's where it's gonna go. Next we have Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This one I'm also gonna put in need to read ASAP. If you had asked me like a few months ago, I would have put this in top priority, but a lot of people don't like the last book in this series, which is making me nervous to read it, because I don't want to get hooked in a series only to be disappointed by the end. But I also am really excited about it, so that's my issue. So that's why it's going in need to read ASAP. Next we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the Grisha trilogy. Where should I put you? I'm gonna put this one also in need to read ASAP, because I am really excited about this series and I would like to read it before the TV show comes out, which I don't know, do we have a release date for that? I don't think we do. But I've heard a lot of mixed things about this series. A lot of people really don't seem to like it, so again, I'm a little nervous to read it. But here, I'll do Six of Crows now, because the problem is Six of Crows is in top priority for me. And I weirdly, I know like you can read Six of Crows before the Grisha trilogy, but I really don't want to. I really want to read the Grisha trilogy first because it was released first, and then read Six of Crows. That's just how I am. I just can't do things out of order. So that's the problem, is that Six of Crows is a top priority and Shadow and Bone isn't, but I'm just gonna have to get around to reading it one day if I want to read Six of Crows, and that's just the reality of the situation. So next we have Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. This one, I think I'm gonna put this one in will read maybe, because I'm not too drawn to this series. I've heard, like, again, I've heard mixed things about a lot of these. I feel so repetitive saying that, but wait, I just realized, is Stalking Jack the Ripper fantasy? Let me check. I just looked at it sitting there and I was like, I don't know if that's fantasy. I don't think it is. Oh my god, I don't think it is. Uh-oh. That's awkward. Why did I think that was fantasy? I think I just saw like a YA series and I was like, oh, I have to add that one. But like, I just realized, I just looked at it and I was like, that's not fantasy. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second. But Shatter Me, back to Shatter Me. Yeah, I'm just not super, you know, pulled to read it. But I do, again, my friend lent me the first few books, so I do have them if I ever want to pick them up, and maybe one day I will read it. That's why this tier is called that. So yeah. Stocking Jack the Ripper is not fantasy, as I just realized, but I'm gonna rank it anyways just cause. So this one I'm gonna put in definitely one day because I am very interested in it, but I like, again, it's not, you know, in my top priority obviously because that's not the tier I put it in, but also it's not fantasy, so I don't know why I did that. But anyways, we're just gonna move on. So the last one I have here is The Cruel Prince, which is the first book in the Folk of the Air, I think that's what it's called, series by Holly Black. This one I think I'm gonna put in need to read ASAP because, again, it's not a top priority. I don't know how to explain these because they're all pretty self-explanatory based on the tier I put them in. But yeah, I do really need to read the series. I do have the first book. It's just not like the absolute top of my list, you know? But yeah, so that's what I have. This is my list. If you've read these books, please let me know if you like them or if you didn't like them, if you think I should put some of these in my top priority or if I should lower some that are in my top priority, you know? But yeah. So that's it. I hope you guys liked this video. I don't know if this is boring or not, but hopefully people still like tier ranking videos. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of these books, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Bye!